Good morning, guys. It has been a while since I've recorded, and so I'm super excited, maybe even a little anxious to record again. It's just been, I don't know, maybe a month, more than a month. It's been a while, and so I just again wanted to share some things that I've kind of learned, realized over the past month. So let's be real. Right now, the coronavirus, COVID-19, that's where most of our attention is currently at, because it's a big deal. It's been going on now for 4 months, 5 months, a long time. And I think a lot of us have had a lot of extra time, at least at the beginning of this. I know for me, I've not had a lot of extra time. At the beginning I kind of did, and now it's like I'm just as busy and have just as much, if not more, to do. But I feel like a lot of us during this time have been able to reflect and just kind of, I don't know, realize what's important to us, what we love most. And so I did a video, I don't know how long ago, that talked about what was most important to me, and encouraging you guys to do the same and to really reflect on what's important to you. And so the order I had those was faith, family, friends, and fitness, and they all started with F, and I didn't plan on that, but I'm kind of proud of it quietly. And anyways, I was reflecting on that lately. I received an email, it's July 17th, so at the beginning of July, about my workout time on Peloton and all the classes I took. And I'm so upset. I was trying to find the email and I cannot find it anywhere, but it gave me a detailed time and like how many workouts I did, and it just broke it down so I could see how much I was working out. And I was proud of that, but then I was like, okay, that's a lot of time. Did I spend that much time with Jesus? Because in my last video, I really wanted to make sure that I kept these in order, and faith is first and fitness was the last one out of all 4 of those. And so I just felt really convicted. I guess I don't know exactly how much time I have spent. Like, I don't get an app that tells me, like, I spend a little bit on YouTube or on the Bible app, or I read my Bible, or I do my journal. And I've been starting every day, still doing my devotionals, but it's been less time and I've been wanting to sleep more, or I'm starting my day earlier. And so just the idea of setting an alarm for 7 instead of like 7:30 or 8, it's just difficult. It's hard, especially after now, like we're going on month 4 or 5 of this. And so as time goes on, it's just harder to stay committed. So with that, a question that came to mind was, what will people remember about me when I'm gone? We all have different answers for this, but mine is that I want people to remember about me is my love for Jesus, my devotion to Jesus. And I think so easily we can get distracted by the world. The world is very distracting. It's also very enticing, attractive, and tempting. So many things of this world, friends and family and fun activities and dating and, getting your paycheck and saving up and financial things and all these things, like, they're not bad. God has blessed us with those. But those are not, at least for me, what I want to be remembered for. I put my time in those, and I know they're a blessing, and I'm not trying to take away from that, but they're not most important. People aren't going to remember, at least I don't want them to remember, how concerned I was about my finances, or how much fun I had on a Friday night, or like, I want people to remember, wow, Kendra, she lived a good life, and not just a good life for herself, but for God. So, I want people, the first question was, what will people remember about me when I'm gone? And then the other question that I want to ask myself is, am I living a life that reflects that? And I've been trying to do better since all of this, since the beginning of the year. I've really tried to make Jesus show up in every aspect of my life. And I think if I forget this question and I'm not asking myself it every single day, I'm going to fall into what the world says, what the world brings, what the world offers. So I want to share a verse with you, a couple verses, I guess. 1 John 2:15 through 17 says, "Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the desires of the flesh and the desires of the eyes and pride of life, is not from the Father, but is from the world. And the world is passing away along with its desires, but whoever does the will of God abides forever." We won't be here forever. We have a very, very short time here. And I think we need to keep that in front of our minds to remember, because we just go sometimes day by day expecting to have tomorrow, to have next week, to have next year, to have the next 10 years. And we don't. Like this says, the world is passing away. We are passing away. And so each day, I think it's so important to remember the impact that we get to have. We get a chance to make a difference in this world, whether you're a believer or not. Every day can be a day that we live for someone, and for me, that someone, I want it to be God, and I want to reflect Him. And one more verse that I want to share, Luke 10:27 says, "And he answered, 'You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself.'" I just want to share that because for me, that's what I want to be remembered for. That's the way I want to live my life. And I guess I just want to encourage you and remind you to ask yourself, what am I here for? What do I believe I'm here for? And if it's to live a life that's pleasing to God, I, of course, always Google some things before I share. And so I was just Googling Bible verses and ideas, or what the world said, what scripture said, and I found 7 ways, 7 ways, on how you can love God more. And I really like these because if you want to dive into a relationship with people, and you want to be closer with them, these are some of the things that you would do. And so I think it's so cool to put that in perspective of okay, how can I love God more if I'm not doing these things? If I want a relationship with Him, because ultimately that's what it comes down to, is having a relationship with God, and then that will flow in your relationship with others. So anyways, my list of 7. How can you love God more? Learn about Him. And so that means taking time and reading about Him and diving into the Word. And I can say that my heart has just been in awe, like I've shared with you before, because I'm learning about Him. I'm finding out what God has done and said more than I ever have, and that brings me and draws me so much closer to Him. Spend time together, which obviously in the Word, or whichever way, through music, or I know churches are opening back up slowly, things like that. Keep thinking and talking about Him. At least for me, my brain never shuts off, and I'm always thinking of things. And so I don't know, maybe you need to put sticky notes around in your car, in your house, in your bathroom, so that you're always thinking about God and the things that He says and the promises He's made to us. Talk to Him, pray. My mind's going with lots of thoughts, so why not fill it with prayer? Recognize His voice. I think this is one that if we're not intentional about, God's talking to us, we're just not listening. And so recognizing when God is trying to get our attention and to speak something to us. Sing to Him. I love worship music. I have really tried to be intentional about the music that I've been playing and what I've been listening to, because I catch myself not, looking to what the world says and all the worldly music when I'm not listening to more Christian music. So I've been trying to really do that. And then the last one was defend him. I think it's really important too. Like, our world is very divided right now, with opinions and different beliefs, and we think this, you should do that, you shouldn't do this, whether that's with the coronavirus, whether that's with racism, whether that's with, I mean, it's just, you name it, and there's division everywhere. But I think it's so important to defend Christ, and that only comes through knowing him. You can't defend someone you don't know. So yeah, it's a little bit of like a repeat of a lot of what my videos say, but I guess I wanted to share with you that I know there are areas of my life that I am putting above God, and I don't want that to be true, because I want, when I pass, I want people not to remember the girl that worked out all the time. And I know I post a lot about working out if you follow me on Instagram, but I also want to post about Jesus, and I want that not even just to post, but to live that way. And so when people see me, they're like, you know what, that girl does love Jesus, and I can see that, and I know that. So yeah, I hope to be on here more. I've been busy, and that's a terrible excuse, but I have. And so I have not made this a priority, and I'm hoping to share some more things. I think I want to do, and I'm saying this out loud, so it's something that I like make myself do, one on dating, and that's like kind of a scary topic because we all view dating very differently. I feel like everyone has a different idea, perspective, so I just want to lean into what God says about it and what I've learned about it. And so yeah, I'm kind of thinking of a video on that soon, and now I'm rambling. So I hope you guys all have a great Friday, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon.